All right, everyone. Welcome back to the 21st episode of the Puddle of Grunge podcast. Today, we're kind of following up our last episode, doing our top 10 Alice in Chains songs. So we're going to kind of follow the same format that we did last time. But you guys seem to like that video, so we were like, let's just do it. So, Colby, you got anything you want to add or just go right into it?
Let's go straight into it.
All righty. So, Colby, you want to give your first? You want me to go first?
I
For our
think
honorable mention.
I think you started, or I started first last time.
All right.
So you start. Give me your number 7. Same way we're going about it the same way. 7 songs in total, but 2 honorable mentions that don't stand on the actual list.
Yep. Okay, so my number 7 is going to be Goddamn.
Dear God, how have you been?
Oh,
Off of the Tripod album right there. Man, I could just say a lot about this song. I just, a lot of the live performances I've seen of it, especially around that time as well, kind of do it for me and make it go on my list, even though it's on the self-titled album, and there's so many more great songs. It's just, that riff is just nasty, man. It's just an absolute stank face riff. And, Jerry's the king of that, the sludge god. But, I just love every aspect of this song. I love Lane's vocal delivery on this as well. It's just aggressive. The entire song is aggressive. Goddamn is just goddamn. That's all I got to say about it.
you've explained pretty much everything. That's amazing with the track.
Yeah.
It's an absolute. I think it's a standout off of self-titled for sure.
And one more thing, that drum, the drum beat behind that by Sean is just so, it's so rhythmic, dude. Like, it's sick. It flows so well with the riff. And then, Mike's overdriven Ampegs got like 4 stacks of them. Just, come on, cutting through, man. It's just, I love it. That's definitely.
The tone in general on self-titled is very, very sought after. Well, not sought after. Just very iconic.
Yeah.
It's very dry.
Yeah.
You can tell it's definitely the Friedmans at that point. Or could he be playing the Bogner still? It was still Bogner's at this time?
I think, he uses Bogner cabs, but he might have been, it might have still been a modded Marshall.
Yeah, that's what he was using a little earlier. But it's just like it's a great guitar sound.
Yeah.
And it's so like chuggy and not.
Yeah.
But
it has that way of like, it's not too bassy in your ears. It just hits perfectly. And it's only a half step down. It feels like it's way lower than that because it's just heavy, man.
That's how you know you made a heavy riff.
Yeah. If you're like, oh, God, and someone's like, what tuning is that? You're like, Alice in Chains, standard.
I just love that he uses a lot of open strings on the when he slides down to the F.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, that just
he does that little
it just makes
upstroke.
it sound mean, dude. This one, as soon as I heard it, it was one that I'm like, oh my God, man, who comes up with that? And then I'm like, okay, it's Jerry, the sludge god. So, Goddamn is just an impeccable track off of self-titled. And if you haven't gone and listened to self-titled all the way, you should go do it right now. So.
Well, I was expecting it to be on your list at some point, but it did not make my list.
Okay. All right.
So, number 7, the first honorable mention for me is Don't Follow.
Okay.
This one was kind of like a sleeper one for me, and the fact that when I first started listening to Alice in Chains, I think I only mostly listened to Facelift. I never really explored into any other EPs or Dirt or anything past that. This was way beginning, years ago. But then I listened to all of Jar of Flies, probably my favorite part of the Alice in Chains discography, as you may see later in the list. But Don't Follow, I love acoustic songs. Jerry and Lane's harmonies on this song are great for when they're there. Because they're, in Jerry's verse.
Yeah, when Lane comes in on just that final line of the verse, that's just, it's perfect. It kind of just, I feel like it sums up a lot of the Alice in Chains discography. It's just them working well so together, and then it kind of, it's towards the end when Jerry starts to take a little bit more control, and he's singing, doing a lot of the singing, and then Lane sits back more. It's kind of, yeah, I love Don't Follow.
No, it's the opposite, right?
What?
Lane comes in at the end,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
then okay. I thought you were saying that Jerry had gone. Was
No,
at the end,
no.
but I love the harmonica solo in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's more because it's a very country song. I like country music.
Yeah, it's very bluesy. And I mean, when you look at the backgrounds of all of them, though, just the amount of blues, just references that you find in Alice in Chains music is something that's like, it's just crazy. It's like blues sludge metal. Yeah.
But I just love I love the tone on this from Jerry's acoustic and Mike's bass just sounds freaking. I bet you. I think it's probably an acoustic bass.
It just hangs there. Mike has just a way of doing that on all of his bass lines, it seems, where it just hangs there in the balance and keeps the mix perfectly in check, dude. Mike is, phenomenal bassist.
And I love the harmonica solo in this song. It's just perfect stylistic choice for this song, and it's always just kind of, it feels like home.
Yeah.
This song.
Yeah. And
So take me home.
it's so soaked in reverb as well, especially on Sean's drum kit. That thing is just tainted with reverb, man, and it just sounds great.
And he's got a cool drum part on this song too.
Yeah, he does.
It's a little different.
Yeah. He's good at making different drum parts,
Yes.
especially in their later discography. It gets pretty complex. So, yeah. Colby, I love the pick, man.
Thank you. I don't know why I waited to say that, but I was just we'll see if Don't Follow's on your list, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so my number 6, honorable mention, is Don't Follow.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is. So yeah, I mean it's number 6 for a reason. Colby had it at number 7, so
We're very close. Let's
yeah,
go.
we were very close on that. Oh yeah, we haven't shown each other our lists. It's like a surprise for us because we don't really know what each other's favorite songs are. We kind of keep that hidden from each other because
Well, we might know number one. I might know his number
he
one.
might know my number 1, but yeah. Do I need to go into it a little more or kind of gush on it a little bit?
Just see this could be a number 1 song.
It could be, and we thought it was a deep cut when we first started listening to Alice in Chains. We're like, oh, this is such a good deep cut. Everyone loves this song.
Yeah,
like this is one of the go-to songs for a lot of people on Jar of Flies.
And people are upset that it wasn't on the Unplugged, which there could have been a song that could have been replaced on.
Don't Follow have been on the Unplugged. I think it could have been.
I think it could have been.
It would have been beautiful, but the Unplugged is perfect no matter what. But yeah, I don't really need to harp on Don't Follow much more.
Yeah, we gave it a little extra.
Yeah, we gave it a little extra juice there. So Colby, you want to just give your number 6 honorable mention?
My number 6 is Got Me Wrong. Off the Unplugged. Yeah. Didn't quite crack. We had a little slip up here. We knew that we are only allowing us to have one Unplugged song.
Yeah.
On this because the Unplugged just has so many great versions.
Yep.
But Got Me Wrong. In all honesty, I don't really care for the studio version of the track. It's just a little dry in a way.
Yeah, I understand that.
It just feels like the
can't
Unplugged
hear
is so vibrant.
Yeah, you can't hear the harmonies as well, I feel like, on the studio track, but on the Unplugged, they just shine through. It's
very much so. They're front and center.
Yeah, totally agree on that. And yeah, I think you're right with the studio track being a little dry. I mean, I love Sap, and I do love that version. I love how, I don't know, it sounds like Jerry's recording that solo on the Strat maybe, but it's just very dry tone, and compared to the Unplugged, the harmonies are just from another world on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, the harmonies make the song for me.
Yeah.
That's why I love the Unplugged version so much. As you say, they're quieter in the studio version, up front and center. It's just I would just say it's just like if Jerry and Lane are supposed to be here, they're like this.
Yeah.
They're just slightly off, and that's what makes it so great.
Mm-hmm. I love the riff as well. It's a very slidey riff. Jerry's very good at those slidey riffs, and this one is no exception. That's
nice little bar chord.
Bar chord, half step down, of course. and it's fun to play. A lot of Alice in Chains songs are just so fun to play in general, and I love everything about Got Me Wrong, and it almost made my list.
So it is not on
It's
your
not
list.
on the list,
Okay.
but
I was wondering if it was.
It almost made the list.
All right, good. So we have only one duplicate as so far.
As of now, yes.
But now, Ryan, you're number 5.
Okay. My number 5 is going to be Love, Hate, Love.
Oh,
Facelift.
oh
Yes,
my gosh.
sir.
That is I was not expecting that one.
Yeah, so I don't know what it is, man. Whenever I see the Live at the Moore version, it kind of just cements that spot a little bit more for me, because witnessing a human being do what Lane does on that track is just, it's unparalleled, man. It's trying to sing that in your car at full volume. You're the only one in there and you're screaming to it. You can't do it. It's just it's an amalgamation of everything that Alice in Chains is into one song.
Slightly off-putting, anthemic,
Yes.
sludgy.
Yes.
Well, yeah, a little bit in the
It's
in the
sludgy.
chorus of it. This is just an excellent pick. I said that about every single one.
It's
Pearl
got
Jam.
sludge. It's got chime, and that intro part's very chimey on that. It's, oh my God, man. It's got a great drum part from Sean, and the whole track itself just sounds like it was recorded in a cavern, bro. It's huge. The track is monstrous.
I think that this is one of Jerry's probably weirdest guitar parts he's ever made.
Yeah.
It's so dissonant.
Yeah.
It is.
Perfect way to put it.
It's so dissonant. It's hard to play too.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to learn it like 2 years ago now, but it was hard to play when I first, because there's a lot of like switching positions.
Lot of just changing up, and then he's arpeggiating through those notes, switching them up constantly, and then the rhythms are weird.
Dun,
Sean's
dun
just
dun dun
providing
dun dun dun.
a great beat behind there, and then this is Mike Starr on bass for this one, and his bass just cuts like glass, bro.
That's
It's
freaking what is it? Spectre?
Spectre bass, man.
Those things cut. So
No,
well.
he might use an Ibanez. Spectre or Ibanez, I can't remember.
I know at the more he's using a Spectre.
Yeah, the white one.
Yup.
Yep. But no, just and it has so many peaks and valleys in the song, as you always say, that it just kind of just explodes up and then just crashes down so quickly at the same time, and then it fades out a little bit and then it comes way back in and just hits you right in the soul, man. Love Hate Love is definitely my top 5.
Yeah, freaking great pick. I said this about everyone on the Pearl Jam list. I just kept agreeing. I'm not being a softy and being a stand up against your picks. They're great. No, these are all just amazing picks, and I could have had in my top 5 too.
Yeah. So Colby, what is your number 5?
All right. Apologize. My number 5 is Down in a Hole. At number 5.
Okay.
We're different people, and everything about the song is perfect to me. But I said this about the Pearl Jam. Keep referencing it, because same format. Some songs just hit you in a different way. I absolutely love this song. I love the lyrics of it are just perfect. The solo's great. I love the fills behind the verse at the end when they're doing the harmonizing. Mm-hmm. It's just a perfect song. And I think, Ryan, you should just not say much.
I'm not going to say much.
But I know you like this song.
Yeah.
Possibly.
It's a pretty good song.
But it was hard. I just thinking of because
it was really hard to go through their entire discography and look at all the songs that I loved so much and have to narrow it down to just like 7.
Yeah, I switched my list like 4 times.
Yeah, I was kind of freaking out on the list a little bit. I was like,
yes.
What if? No, this one is so good though, and yeah, it's.
And I didn't want to
hard.
have a ton of repeats in our top 5, so I kind of worked things around a little bit. But this one, it's so solid. It needs to be in top 5. of most Alice in Chains fans'
Yeah.
list.
I cried to this song at the concert, so
Yeah, and sweated profusely.
it was
so
profusely sweating. It was very hot out and headbanging, just the whole 9 yards.
this song,
Yes.
it's just perfection, and they're just such a great album. So, Ryan, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is going to be Dirt, the title track off Dirt.
I thought it was going to be on your list.
Yeah.
It is not on my list.
To me, this is just one of Jerry's sludgiest riffs. It just pulls you down, man. I think that's just the main goal of the song, and it's in the depths of Dirt. It's like the eighth song, just in the depths of that album. And once you're at that point, you're just already flabbergasted by what you're listening to. So, just that song in general, everything about it, from those weird little guitar parts that he's filling in to the verse section, which is such a fun part to play, but it's difficult. It's so difficult. And I'm like, who comes up with that? Jerry, the sludge god, obviously. But yeah, Dirt is just an absolute monster of a song, and the solo's nasty, the drums are huge. There's so much atmospheric things getting layered in there, and Lane just sounds like a demon coming up from hell in that song, man. It's just amazing. I love it.
Feel like dirt. Wanna kill you. Yeah, this song, it is sludge. This is sludge at its sludgiest.
Yeah. This is
It's such a great.
It's wiest.
Why? That's why. Yes. Yeah. It's just like one of the best album tracks off of Dirt.
Yeah.
Because it's not a single, but gosh, its environment.
Yeah.
Is just so
dirty.
It looks like the cover.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I feel like.
That's exactly what I say is just it feels like the cover, and I feel like albums should represent their cover. Some you don't really. It doesn't really represent the cover. You're like, what is that? But Dirt is the perfect representation of an album sounding like what the cover looks like. Yeah, it's just a world of hell, really.
In a desert.
With a lady laying down.
I love this pick, Ron.
Yeah.
It's such a atmospheric song, and just so many iconic parts from Jerry on this.
Yeah, it's just one of my favorite Jerry tracks. Just having listened to it like isolated as well, there's so many little things that he's doing on there. There's also some harmonies in the chorus, of course, because that's what Alice in Chains does the best is the harmonies.
One who wouldn't kill.
Yeah,
Isn't
exactly.
That part? Okay, yeah.
Jerry's going lower, Lane's going up, and it's just they meet in the middle so well and just perform so well. And yeah, Dirt is my number 4 pick.
So it's such a great pick.
Yeah,
I love it. You're more of an album track guy when it comes to Alice in Chains. Really, you're not really a
singles guy.
For the most part.
Yeah.
For the most part.
All
right. My number 4 is Rooster.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I was actually not expecting that one.
Really?
I was not expecting that one. Yeah.
It's just such an anthem.
Yeah, it's an iconic song. That's an iconic 90s song.
Of course, written after Jerry's father, who was called the Rooster.
Yeah.
This, it can be a very deep song for some people.
It is for a lot of people, I'm sure.
It's just anthemic in a way.
Yeah.
We're not gonna die.
And I just love the way that it explodes.
Yes,
it sounds like a bomb going off. It's huge. I know the story behind the riff is that Jerry was doing acid at Susan Silver and Chris Cornell's house when he wrote that riff. Heard that somewhere or read it somewhere. Don't know the source, but I'll look it up. But yeah, it's just this riff is just so. The chorus is one of my favorite effects on this, and Alice in Chains doesn't really use chorus that much that I really remember. But here it just works so well.
Yeah, and the use of the wah
Yeah.
after the explosion of the chorus is just
the octaves.
wow, 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 wow. It's the most mimicable, one of the most mimical Alice in Chains guitar parts
Yeah.
I can think of. And it's just, again, it's always, I love atmospheric songs. And this song, again, just feels like you're just in the middle of the album cover.
You're just in the trenches, bro. That's exactly what the album feels like. And I just love the descriptive language that Lane uses for this entire one. His delivery on this is also what makes it so drudgy. You know, he has multiple different ways that he sings the chorus in the song. He does that a lot on a lot of their songs, just switches up his cadence for the chorus. But this one, I don't know, he just takes a different stab at it, and it works so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because sometimes he goes higher.
Yeah.
And then sometimes he goes a little lower than what he did before.
Yeah. And then, I mean, like, on the Unplugged, he even changes it up quite a bit, too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great pick, Colby. I was not expecting that one.
Yeah, just as I was looking at every song trying to make this list, I was at the very moment, Brewster is a 4, is number 4 for me.
Okay.
It's just, and it's such an iconic song as well.
Yeah, it's
one of their biggest.
Oh yeah, for sure, and it's definitely one of the biggest off Dirt, if not the biggest, besides maybe Wood.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyways, Colby, my number 3 is No Excuses.
You find me sitting by myself, no excuses.
Oh.
Jar of Flies.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
So, yeah, man. Just hearing this song, I know. We obviously have not seen Alice in Chains with Lane, but when we saw this song live, it's just a different experience. You know, the atmosphere that this song gives off. There's such a warmth to it in the middle of such a dark album, and it kind of lifts you up and brings you to a bright spot in the album. And this song, especially with Lane and Jerry harmonizing together and really speaking to each other through their lyrics, I just love this song so much.
Yeah. If you can take a hint, I can't say too much about this song.
Okay.
But yeah, the lyrics are very meaningful to me as well.
Yeah.
It's such great subject matter.
You, my friend, I will defend, and if we change, well, I'll love you anyway. Just one of the most
obviously written about Lane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just everything about it's got so many iconic parts.
The drum part, man. I mean, that intro drum section is just that's something that everyone, when they first start learning drums, if they're a fan of this kind of music, that's something that they have on their list is something they want to learn in the future, myself included. It's something that it's just so iconic. Once again, we say it all the time, but it is. It's just iconic.
I love this song.
it's just such a great one, and that riff, once again, a slidey Jerry riff. Yeah, No Excuses.
Mike Inez, man, on this track. Okay, okay.
All right, yeah. So that's my number 3 pick. No Excuses.
All right.
Yeah.
My number 3 pick is Wood.
Oh, okay.
What a number 3.
Into the Flood again. All right.
This song is just punishing.
Oh yeah.
It's the word
Great
I
way
think
to put it.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Just with that, Mike Starr's bass tone on this song is just pulverizing.
Yeah, it just kills you.
Yeah, it's
It
sharp.
It reaches out and grabs you by the throat.
It
dude.
really does. It's so
uh-huh.
jagged.
Yeah.
Because there's like it doesn't hang. It's as staccato as can be.
Mm-hmm.
But no. It doesn't. There's no reverb on it. It's dry. I love Jerry's guitar part in the verse. The solo is just perfect. Just played for the song.
And it's a quick solo. It's not anything crazy. You know, it's not over the top as well. It's very simple. It's a simple Jerry solo. Bends, some trills. You know, and you know it's just typical Jerry.
I'd say it's probably under 25 seconds long.
I bet it's probably 15 seconds long.
I was gonna say it, but then I wanted to push it a little bit. But the song is just an absolute. It's just a banger.
And I mean, and then that ending section with the switch up. If you're playing that on guitar, the switch up is really cool. It goes from what even I don't even know. Is this? I think it goes to like a D to like a Hendrix chord to something like that, and then he does a bunch of cool palm muting.
He
stuff.
does a Hendrix chord on the D.
Yeah.
And then just some chuggy power chords.
Mm-hmm. It's man, that's a great pick. And as the album ender too, just to leave off on Into the Flood again, just makes you want to re-listen to the album. Makes you want to spin it again.
Yes, it does. It's just like because what's the Angry Chair? The Angry Chair and the Wood. This song is so good, man.
Yeah,
But there's a part that I'm trying to think of that every time I hear it, I like pick it out and make sure I listen to it. I'm trying to think. It's at the end of the song. It's a Lane vocal part where he changes. He does something kind of bluesy. That part.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because he would usually go, but he goes,
yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's just slightly off.
Yeah.
That's what his mouth is wide open as
Yeah.
he's singing that part because, Lane's vocal styling is very interesting.
Yeah, I love the pick though. Wood is number 3 is. Yeah, it is not on my list though.
Oh, it is. It didn't even the top 7. That's crazy.
Yep.
But I like it though. I like hearing something different.
All right, you want to hear my
Numero dos.
So my number 2 is gonna be "Shame in You."
I knew it was gonna be high. I knew it was gonna be high up. Gosh.
What?
Nothing. I love this track.
Oh man. I mean, like Colby said, I'm more of an album track guy when it comes to Alice in Chains, and this one is probably my favorite. It is my favorite album track. It's just man, it's a guitar orchestra going on this entire time, and I love Lane's vocal delivery on this. It's tired, and it's almost sad to listen to, especially because it's towards the end of the album. Right after "Shame in You" comes "Goddamn," and I already stated my feelings about that song, but this one just has so many layers and elements to it that stick out to me. There's that ending section, that this very open music ending section with Sean is laying down a phenomenal beat behind this the entire time, and yeah, "Shame in You" has really grown on me in the past year or two, and for great reason. It's just a phenomenal song. So
yeah, this is like the love-hate love of the self-titled, just because it's kind of unconventional, a little weird.
Mm-hmm. The
weird
riff is
song
really
structure. The riff is so odd on this song.
Yep.
It's just Jerry has a way, in his blues, pentatonic, all that stuff, is finding very odd relationships between notes that work.
He finds just very weird signatures that he does, and yeah, I know exactly what you mean. But they just work so well because that one is like, it's so bendy, and it feels almost off time with Lane singing, and it just flows so well. He fits himself into a pocket perfectly with the rest of the band, and yeah, "Shame on You," everything from the lyrics to just how that chorus explodes like it does. I love listening to this one with a good pair of headphones or a nice-ass pair of speakers, and this has become one of my favorites.
Yeah, I love Jerry's solo on this song.
Oh,
that
yeah.
little mini, or he's just noodling towards the end of the song, and it's I would have loved to have seen the song live.
Yeah.
If they ever did perform it live, who knows? It's just such a great album track. It's just such an atmospheric song. A lot of Alice in Chains songs really pull you in.
Yeah.
And
It makes you feel like you're part of the music. That's what I love about Alice in Chains, is that every song kind of hits in a different way, but it grabs you the same. They have a way of just pulling you in with their music from the very moment that it starts. So, yeah. Colby.
Such a great pick, Ryan.
You want to hit your number 2?
All right. My number 2 is No Excuses.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Which is, we were just one off each other, right? Or is it a 4?
I had about 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just after re-listening to it, just the feeling I get from the song is just so warm.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels homey
Yeah.
to me. And I love the harmonies. The solo is great. Sean Kinney's drum part is phenomenal. I love Lane's voice on this song. The harmonies between him and Jerry,
Yeah.
especially the part when he steps up a little bit with the "You My Friend, I Will Defend" part.
Yes.
Jerry's part is pushed up a little more than Lane's is,
Mm-hmm.
and it's different because it wasn't like that at the beginning of the song. Just shows like they knew when, just with the
Knew when to break it.
and yeah, with the production, just perfect. And I just love Jar of Flies. It's probably my favorite front to back album by Alice in Chains, and that's not a joke. Which is crazy with two great of album or 3 great studio albums, at least with the original the original crew, semi original crew. But No Excuse, it's just such an anthem to me too.
Yeah. Alice in Chains does something so well, and it's a term that I learned in school, and they say breaking the grid, and it's like as in terms of like design, there's like a grid that you're designing everything on, and a lot of people are scared to break outside of that grid, and Alice in Chains just knows how to do it so perfectly and at the right moment in their music. And this song is just a perfect example of that. The drum beat is just so off kilter for everything that is on the album before this. It's up tempo, it's fast paced, and then Lane and Jerry's harmonies just hit you right in the gut, man. This one is just a perfect track altogether.
Yeah, just even like thinking of it in my head now, I just smile even thinking about the song. I loved like the fills that Jerry does in the chorus.
And the solo as well. We haven't even really harped on the solo, but it's just a great tone that Jerry has throughout this entire album. His tone is so sought after, I'd imagine, just because it's got to be the finger tone, man. His finger tone is just
It's in the
chef's
fingers.
kiss. It is in the fingers, man.
You have any guitar to EVH, it's gonna sound like EVH. You have any guitar to Jerry Cantrell, it's gonna sound like Jerry Cantrell.
Yep.
And his gear probably helps a lot too.
Yeah, the gear definitely helps,
but gosh, it's just it creeped all the way up to number 2 for me.
Yeah.
I was not expecting Jar of Flies to get this high, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, Colby. Okay, Colby. So I've got a number 1 pick for you right now. I can't imagine that you'll know what it is.
I'm not quite sure, Ryan. You're gonna have to tell me.
My number 1 pick is Man of the No, I'm just kidding. It's Down in a Hole. Obviously, it's gonna be Down in a Hole.
Obviously.
Come on. What? I mean, Colby gushed on it a little bit, but here I go.
Sit back. I'm ready.
Start the timers. Get the timers started. Just everything about this song hits you in the heartstrings. I think there is a string section going under some part of this song or something to lift it up in there. That riff, the opening riff, just a strum on the A minor and just goes through those chords, just sounds amazing with his guitar, and then just the cascading guitar effect that he does in that intro with the man, just to lead right into that verse. And Sean comes in so hard on the drums. They just know how to set a song up perfectly for what's about to happen, and in the next 5 minutes of listening to the song, your life is changed.
Even just thinking of the song now, it's such a swinger.
Yeah.
Like a down in a hole. Like you can just like swing to the beat of
Yeah.
it. And Sean is so laid back. I love his fills into the verses. It's a small little thing. I love his fills into the verse.
Yep.
there's no reason. It's probably it's your favorite song of all time, is it not?
It's my favorite song of all time. I was gonna put the unplugged version on here because I do love the unplugged version, but there's just something about the studio version.
They're both equally good.
Yeah. There's just something about the studio version, though, for me that, especially when they go into that break after the second chorus, before they're about to go into the last one, it's just, man, there's just so much emotional just tenseness in that moment, and it just all gets released at that final chorus. And it really just can move you to tears. It's moved me to tears multiple times. It's just one that gives me goosebumps almost every time I hear it. And, I don't think it'll ever stop being my favorite song of all time. This is just amazing. Shout out to Alice in Chains for making this one. It's a phenomenal song.
Yeah, I love it. I already kind of knew that this was going to be his number one.
Yeah.
And does it surprise me? No. It's my number 5. Like we say, we all feel songs differently, and it could be my number one day.
Dude, Colby watched me break down at the concert as I heard the first chord of the song played.
He was in shambles.
It was rough. It was rough.
Yeah, and he was sweating really bad.
Sweating
and touched me
very
multiple
much.
times, which was
sweating
very
much.
unpleasant. But this song, it's just immaculate. It's
Great way to put it. It's a gift.
Sure.
Yeah. But Colby, I want to hear your number one because I actually really don't know what it could be.
So I think I've said it before on this. I think because Jordy asked me one time what it was, and I've been trying to think of it. There's I always come back to this one. I don't want to talk about it too much. My number one Alice in Chains song is "I Stay Away."
I kind of forgot that's what you said it.
Yeah.
I love the pick, dude.
So, one of the main reasons why, this is kind of like, I think "I Stay Away" is not a normal pick for number one.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how "Daughter" is not a normal number one pick for Pearl Jam, for the most part. I just think the song is so rewarding to listen to. It's kind of like Rotten Apple. In a way. It's just like, you get the weird parts with that gurgling sound, that with the very close intervals between their voice. It's very unsettling, and then you just and then we're into that part.
The dun 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 dun.
Yes.
Dun,
Yes.
Dun, and the strings
Ba,
come
ba,
in.
ba, ba, ba.
Oh man.
It's just such a rewarding song, and just one of the most beautiful 12-string parts.
Oh.
Just a great moving part by Jerry. It's almost like it could have been a symphony.
Yeah. And I mean I think the fact that they really did add a symphony behind this track just adds so much to it. And Jerry's guitar parts on this with it just sounds like it's, like you said, gurgling at you.
That's more like the bass, and that one part is kind of just like but I get, yes, it does too. But also his guitar part during that is so odd.
Yeah, that's
it's
what I'm talking
he
about.
like flies down the neck in it's so weird.
It doesn't make sense. It's so unconventional. Like I said, they're breaking the grid, and they do that so well within all their music. Just executed perfectly. And this song, like you said, that 12-string riff is just something that everyone wishes that they could come up with if they had a 12-string. That's one that is recognized by so many people, and not to mention the awesome music video that this song
Claymation.
has. A music video can also make a song. You remember music videos very well, especially around that time, and that one is very memorable. It's about the same level of unsettling as the song itself. And yeah, this one just pushes the album along so well. It's got just those great moments in it, like you said, where it kind of chews you up and spits you out, and then just puts you right back into that nice, clean part. And I love the pick, Colby.
Oh, I like that explanation of it too. It's just kind of like it. They bring you down. You're under the bed, and then you just get swept right back out. Also, I love Jerry's guitar solo. It's so Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of chromatic stuff in there. He's doing like fast like
Huge
runs.
bends. There's a huge,
Oh.
oh yeah.
He plays the timing. Jerry's timing of his bends, and like the way how long he holds them, and then he flies
I
back
said
down.
it like in one of our first video, bro. His spooky bends.
It's spooky.
His
Spoopy bends.
It's just does it so well. The riff sludge master, Jerry Cantrell.
And yeah, it just dinks over the top for me.
Just over
I
the
stay away.
Yeah, I love the pick, dude. So, Colby, that is our top 10, well, top 14, I guess, but
Top 10.
2 honorable mentions each. Alice in Chains songs. So, if you guys did enjoy this video, you want to see another one, we'll probably end up doing these for all the big 4, maybe some other ones.
Plus
'cause
one.
It gets pretty hard to
Plus one.
Yeah, plus one.
Oh, say
Okay.
plus one. Thank you.
It gets pretty hard to have to narrow these songs down because we love these bands so much. But
I think that we got the 2 hardest ones out of the way.
yeah, I'd say so.
This is not because we don't like the other ones just as much. It's just Nirvana and Soundgarden. They're a little more sorted in our minds.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
We're a lot more slotted. But
Yeah.
these ones, it's just like all the songs are just like this, and like
They're so close together.
Yes.
With each other. Yeah.
that's hard too. Which
Yeah.
is not like a show. Okay, yeah, it's not like a show of not being able to
Appreciate
live up to the part of every album. That's not what I'm saying. It's just we know a lot of Soundgarden songs, and we just know what's on top.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And Nirvana.
if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subs, which is kind of crazy. Shout out to all you that have subscribed and watched the videos. If you want to watch the last video, it'll probably be up on the screen somewhere right now. Yeah, Colby, you got anything else you want to add?
I'm excited for the next one.
All right. Well, everyone, we'll see you later. It's been the Puddle of Grunge podcast. Peace out, guys.
Peace.